my dropshipping store has hit millions of dollars in online sales. But if I were to restart my dropshipping journey and be in the same position I was when I first started, with just a few $100s to make something happen, the steps that I'm about to share in this video would be my step-by-step blueprint to building a thriving online business on a limited budget. So if you're on a budget while getting started with your dropshipping journey and you stick with me, I guarantee that this will be the most transparent breakdown of what you can expect to spend while dropshipping, and that these tried and true strategies will help you transform those initial couple $100s into the foundation of a successful dropshipping store in 2023. Now, before I head into the value, each and every single week I do have the opportunity of handing out a free one-on-one consulting call. So if you want the chance of getting on this one-on-one call and cover anything that you need to get started with your dropshipping journey successfully, make sure you smash that like button down below, and in the comment section comment the word dropship with your biggest takeaway. As mentioned, we're going to be covering some very important topics in this video, and because of that, I've created a cheat sheet to help you digest this information, and this sheet's going to give you absolutely everything that you need to understand your metrics and run your ads successfully, but more importantly, profitably. And if you want access to this document, make sure that you keep smashing that like button, and once this video reaches 2,000 likes, I'll be dropping it in the description down below. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, if you've ever heard that you could start dropshipping with absolutely no money, I hate to break it to you, but you have been lied to. If you do not want to waste your time while starting this business, it's very lucrative that you come into an understanding that just like any other business in the world, you have to have some startup money. Now, there's going to be a couple things that you're going to be paying for right off the bat, but the first one that you just can't get around is opening up your Shopify account. Now, typically a Shopify account will run you about $30 a month with the basic plan, but since we're starting off on a budget, I've linked a link in my description down below that's going to give you a free trial in your next 3 months, only costing you $1 single and no credit card required. This means that you can get your store completely built out, running, and make sales with the ad strategy that I'm about to be showing you later on for just $3, and that's something that you cannot beat. Now, having the actual store is just a piece of the puzzle of creating your online store. With that, the next piece is buying your domain and downloading your theme. A domain is the URL of your store, so needless to say, it is mandatory to have. And if you're going to be buying it off of Shopify, it's going to cost you anywhere from $10 to $15 a year. To purchase your domain on your Shopify dashboard, you're just going to come down over here to settings. Then you'll scroll down to domains and then buy a new domain. And as you can see for this example, if I type in storeyouwant.com, it's going to cost me around $15 a year. And pro tip, when you're buying your domain, you always want to make sure that you're getting a .com, as that's going to look way more professional and safer to buy from when it comes to customers. Now, moving on to your theme. A theme is just a code that's going to give your store the design and flow that makes it look more like the online stores that you shop from on a day-to-day basis. Do not, I repeat, do not be fooled into thinking that you have to pay for some expensive coding on your store in order for it to look good and to make some sales. This is because Shopify provides some free theme options that won't slow your store speed down and are built to convert. Now, to find these themes, you just simply come over here to sales channels and go to online store. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to scroll down to the bottom and you're going to see all these popular free themes. From the Sense theme, the Ride theme, and so on and so forth. These are all really great ones to get started with. Once you find one that's suitable for what you're looking for, you just simply install it and your store is ready to be designed. So if you've been following along, so far you've already opened your store, you bought a domain, you downloaded your theme for a rough estimate of $18. And now that you've gotten this far, it's time to start actually designing your store. With that, the first step of creating a successful online store is creating your logo. Now, I always suggest starting off with what is known as a general store. A general store is what's going to allow you to sell pretty much any product, no matter what niche or what type of product it is. This means that you're going to be able to test out way more efficiently without having to start the process of creating a whole brand new store like we're doing right now every single time that you want to sell something different. I say all of this to say, a general store means that you also want to have a general logo. And the best part about creating your logo is that even if you're not the most creative person, it's something that you can do and that you can do for free with the help of one of my favorite tools to use called Canva. Let me show you exactly how to use it. This is what the home screen of Canva looks like. And if you want to create a logo in the browser right here, you just simply type in logo. And as you can see, it's going to show you all these different templates of logos that you could take full advantage of. And majority of these are actually free. Let's take this one right here, for example. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this element out right here. Then I'm gonna come over here to elements and I'm gonna go ahead and type in shopping bag. Now, since I already had this logo design, it's basically finished. And the only thing I was just doing was a plug and play situation. Now, one thing I always advise with logos is always keep it to 3 colors: black, white, and one separate color, as you can see I just did right here. And I just showed you. It doesn't have to be something that you pay someone hundreds of dollars to do, because I guarantee you that you're gonna come over to Canva and do exactly what I just showed you how to do. So the next thing you'll be doing is getting your logo downloaded and head over to this video right here to learn how to seamlessly design a store that's gonna create you the sales that you need. But if creating your online store is causing you way more stress than you want, make sure you check out my one-on-one mentorship with the link down in my description, where not only are you going to be getting personalized guidance towards getting and driving consistent results, but you'll also be getting a store completely built out for you by myself and my team of 6 and 7 figure mentors. If you're looking for this type of guidance, go ahead and click the link down in my description, apply, because there are very limited spots left for this month. Now, you can have a store, but if you don't have anything to sell on it, what is the point? There's a major misconception in the dropshipping space that you need all these high-end expensive tools to find products that you can sell, when that's simply just not true. Look, I'm gonna just keep it completely transparent with you. Will these tools save you a lot of time when it comes to searching for products to sell? 100% yes. But are they the only way to find winning products? 100% no. These product research tools are using the same exact data that you already have available to you for absolutely free. You just have to be willing to do a little extra digging. Data and consumer trends are going to tell you absolutely everything that you need to know when it comes to what to sell and when to sell it. So for example, if we head over here to Google Trends and we type in September 11th, we compare that to something that we would obviously sell at that time, which is anything that has an American flag on it, we can see that the surge of searches happened at the very early beginning of August all the way to the second week of September. With that data backing you up, that's when you can use these free tools like Facebook Ad Library or TikTok Creative Center to find products that trended last year or the year before that fall in line with what this consumer trend is. All in all, if the product is something that's in demand, it's a product that you want to sell. But in order to sell it profitably so that you can actually start reinvesting more money into your business, you have to make sure that you're reaching certain profit margins. And how you're going to be making sure that you're reaching these profit margins is by verifying that the supplier that you're working for is benefiting your business. Suppliers and shipping is one of the aspects that most beginners worry about. And not only just that, but how much is it going to cost you? And when you're getting started with your dropshipping business, it's important to know that a private supplier is not mandatory or necessary to work with. Let me say this to you right now. You should never be paying for any inventory or any inventory to be held by a supplier while you're first starting off. I want you to be taking it out of your head that having a supplier is going to be very costly for your business, because I'm gonna show you how to get one for free and be confident that this supplier is going to help your business thrive. AliExpress is a platform that I'm sure a lot of you have heard of. And although it gets some bad report, it's only because people do not know how to find the right suppliers, validate them, and know which ones are worth the time of working with. But I got you covered. There's a couple things that you want to be looking for in a supplier to make sure that they're going to be helping your business and not hurting it. And the first thing is that they're selling the product that you want at a price that allows you to reach a 2.5x profit margin. So for example, if competitors are selling an American flag blanket for $35, you would then take that $35, divide it by 2.5, which is going to give you a total of $14. That $14 is the most that you can buy and ship the product from your supplier for, in order to profit the amount that you need to be making from a sale and to continue to keep growing your business. And look, if that supplier is unable to reach the prices that you need, then that supplier you do not want to work with. Next, when choosing a supplier that you want to work with, there's a couple different validation steps that they need to meet. Starting off, they need to have hundreds of orders, which is going to tell you that they're able to keep up with the demand of the product and that the product actually sells. Next is they need to have a 4.7 rating or higher, which is going to tell you that other dropshippers and customers who have bought from the supplier have been satisfied with their shipping speed, product quality, and communication. And lastly, you want to work with a supplier that communicates to you effectively and does not avoid supplying you with the answers to any questions that you have for them. This means that if you reach out to them, which you should always do, and they take forever to respond or beat around the bush to any questions that you're asking, then that is for sure a red flag. You need to understand that there are hundreds of other suppliers out there who want your business and are willing to be what you need. So research. Reach out to multiple suppliers from different platforms and find one that meets the requirements that we just talked about. So let's break it all down real quick. You've already opened up a store, bought a domain, made a logo, and we have now found a supplier. If you ask me, we're doing pretty good. But now it's time to get real and get to the part where you're officially going to start spending most of that budget, which is your ads. Out of our $250 budget, we have roughly $232 left. So with that limited budget, while running ads, it's very important to get the most return out of the money that is being spent. And the way that you're gonna do that is by, again, using data to your advantage. But this time, it's it's going to be in a little bit of a different way. When starting your dropshipping journey on a tight budget, you need to know which creatives are going to work for you right off the bat, which is what something called creative testing is going to allow you to do. Creative testing is what's going to allow you to test out the different videos and different thumbnails all against each other so you can see which one's going to give you the cheapest traffic to your store, but more importantly, convert. And in order to stand out from your competition, to achieve getting the cheaper traffic and results on your store, you're going to want to have ads that help you stand out. This means that you're likely going to have to go out there and get some made professionally. And my favorite place to do this is Dropship Media. And on Dropship Media, I do recommend the $65 bundle, which if you do use my code ALEXCODE10, you're going to get $10 off, which is going to drop this down to $55. This means that when you get your ads and your thumbnails back and it's time to test, you're sitting with about $177 left to test with, which should be a great starting point. I do like to test out both my thumbnails and my videos. And since we're on a budget, I'm gonna show you exactly what I do in order to get the most out of the creative testing. So to set up your creative testing campaign, the first thing you're gonna do is head over to your ads manager and click on create. Then we're gonna go ahead and click on sales and click continue. Then click manual sales campaign. And we're gonna name this creative testing campaign. For these campaigns, I always do ABO. I do not use CBO. So where it says advantage campaign budget, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep this off. Now we're gonna head over to the ad set level. And for this first ad set, I'm gonna name this video 1, thumbnail 1. Come over here, select our pixel, come to conversion event. We wanna go ahead and do purchase. Daily budget is going to be $20. Are you going to spend the full $20? No, you're not, but be patient. We wanna set this up for the following night to be ran at midnight. We wanna go ahead and set this up with the top 5 countries: United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. When it's set up, it should look exactly like this. Come down to age, we wanna do 21 through 65, all genders. In regards to detailed targeting, we're not gonna target any interests at all. We're just gonna let our creatives do the work for us. And then for placements, we're gonna do advantage placements. On the ad level, we're gonna name it the exact same thing. We're gonna scroll down here to add creative and then add media. And then here's where you're gonna upload the professional video that you've already had created. Once it's uploaded, you're gonna see it right here on the right side. Next thing you need to do is go ahead and choose a thumbnail on your video. Now you should have thumbnails professionally created for you, or you can take them from the video itself. And to do this, you're gonna come over to edit media, edit video, thumbnail, manual, and then click on upload. That's if you have a professional video. If not, you can take clips of the video just like this and then click on save, and that's gonna be the thumbnail of your video, which is going to be the first thing that people see before the video actually plays. Next is we have the primary text, the headline, and the description. And for my primary text, this is how I structure it every single time. So it's typically 3 lines and 1 offer. So announce and eliminate the user problem, explain the feature and benefit of the product, explain the second feature and benefit of the product, and then give a claim, a discount, and lead them to your store. And when you're all done, it should look something like this. Next, we want to go ahead and fill out our headline. And then lastly, for my descriptions, this is typically what I go ahead and put in there. Come to call to action, you want to do shop now. Here's where you're going to put the landing page of the product that you're selling. And that's how you set up your first creative. After that, for the first video, you're just going to simply duplicate this one time. And with this duplicate, you don't change anything besides just the thumbnail itself. So the ad copy, the description, the headline, the video, all of that stays the same. The only thing you're testing is just the thumbnail. Now, after doing that, you've now set up your first video. And I simply just do this for all the videos that I have. So when you're all done, it should look exactly like this. Video 1, thumbnail 1, video 1, thumbnail 2, video 2, thumbnail 1, video 2, thumbnail 2, and video 3, thumbnail 1, and video 3, thumbnail 2. Once you're all finished with that, you're gonna simply come over here and click on publish. And like I said, I know you're seeing this right now and you're like, how is this a minimal budget if you're setting $20 for each one of these ad sets? Well, the only reason why I'm setting this budget is so it will spin quickly and give me the results I'm looking for quickly. And I really only let each one run to around $5 to $7. From there, you would just analyze which of these thumbnails and videos brought you in the lowest cost per link click, lowest cost per click, highest click-through rate, lowest CPMs, but more importantly, add to carts and purchases. Once you get that data back, that means you just spent around $30 or less. To find out which thumbnail and video is performing the best for you, leaving you at right around $147 left to spend. And the best part about creative testing like this is that you could jump straight into a cold audience interest testing campaign and keep that data building. Now let me go ahead and show you how to set this up. So we're gonna go ahead and click on create, go to sales, continue, manual, continue, and we're gonna go ahead and name this cold interest testing campaign. Now for this one, I do use a CBO, not an ABO, which stands for campaign budget optimization, putting the budget on the campaign level. So I'm gonna go ahead and come down here and I'm gonna go to Advantage Campaign Budget and turn it on. And we're gonna go ahead and set this budget for $50. Here we are back on the ad set level, and this is when we're gonna start targeting our first entrants. So per usual, you're gonna select your pixel, you're gonna come down over here, you're gonna do a purchase event. We're gonna set this up at midnight the following night. Again, the top 5 countries. Now right here with detailed targeting, this is when you need to start thinking what people would be interested into if they were to buy your product. So for example, if we stick with this back stretcher, these are some interests that you can start targeting. Let's start off with something like yoga. Now with interest, you want to make sure that you're targeting anything that has an audience size of 5 million or greater. And really the sweet spot is over 50 million with your audience size. As you can see, yoga fitness is the audience size of around 88 million to 104 million. Now after choosing only one interest, because we never want to stack them, we're gonna go ahead and copy the name of this and name our ad set after it. And before we go to the next screen, we want to scroll right back up to the top, right here where it says show more options, ad set spin limits, and go ahead and put $5 in here. So what this is saying is, yes, you're putting the budget of this on the campaign level, but you're saying, Facebook, I want you to spend $5 no matter what on this specific interest. So you're able to spend the money that's needed and be able to test out as efficiently as possible. After that, you're gonna scroll all the way down to placements, and we're gonna keep this on advantage placements. And then here on the ad level, this is where you're gonna put the winning video and the winning thumbnail. Now, because we have a $50 CBO, we're gonna test out with 5 different interests with 5 different ad sets. And if we did $100, it would have been 10, but let's go ahead and set this up. So after that, we're gonna go ahead and click on these 3 dots and click on duplicate. And we're gonna go ahead and make 4 more copies. So it comes out to 5 total. Now with these other copies, we're gonna make sure that we're putting different interests inside of them. Now this is no rocket science. You just simply need to think like a customer. What would a customer be interested in if they were to buy your product? And the easiest way to do this is simply just come down to your last interest, click on suggestions, and you'll see other ones that you can test out with. Here's a different one right here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these done real quick. And whenever you are finished, it should look exactly like this. $50 CBO, 5 different interests, all with a $5 minimum spend, all going towards the winning video and winning thumbnail that you already have just found. Now at this point, once this is set up, you have your campaign spinning and it's bringing you money in. From here, all you do is at this point just pay attention to your KPIs or key performance indicators to make sure that you're staying profitable throughout you running your ads. Now, like I mentioned, once this video reaches 2,000 likes, I left a link down in my description that gives you a full breakdown of all your KPI metrics and how to understand what each one of them means so you never spend more than what you should be on your ads. With an understanding of your KPIs and an additional $97 left over to play with after running your first day of ads, I'll focus on reinvesting into my best performing ad sets and apps that are going to keep the sales rolling in. The most important thing that you want to do is make sure that you're not leaving money on the table. It's much easier and costs way less to get a sale from a customer who is already accustomed to your brand. Now, every customer that comes to your store is not going to purchase, but that does not mean that you can't make them buy after the fact of reminding them that you have something that they want. And the way that I like doing that is with email marketing. Email marketing is what brings your customers back to your store by sending out special offers and promotions that customers won't want to pass up on. While you're first getting started, you want to make sure that you're spending less and making more. And Tiny Einstein is going to make that possible with their email AI system. All you have to do is plug in your business description and your store branding, and from there, Tiny Einstein is going to create and send out weekly email campaigns and promotional brand automations with promotions of your choice. This means that you literally just set it up and start making money without even thinking about it. This is email automation that I swear by, especially if automation is something that you want while running your dropshipping business. And it even fits while starting within the budget that we had today. You can check them out with 50% off your first month with the link down in my description, and this is more than enough time to start building your clientele and making money. Now, I hope that throughout this video, you realize that starting your dropshipping business is not just a walk in the park or something that you can come into with absolutely no money. The entire process of getting your store off the ground and running is going to take time, money, and effort. But if it's done right, even while on a budget, it can be done successfully. If you're feeling more confident at the end of this video that you can start your dropshipping business and you know what steps to take, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel for more value like this every single week. And if you want to join a community of like-minded individuals with a success group of other dropshippers in your area and from all around the world, make sure you go ahead and click the link down in my description to join my free Discord group. I hope to see you there. Thank you for staying tuned the entire way. I'll see you all next week. This is AC with Supreme Ecom, and I'm out.
They gon' want a piece when you got it like that. Like Jake said, we gon' spend it, get it right back.